All right, so this is probably the most unexpected live stream I'm ever dropping. At least since I did gaming on my channel. So I made it to the Sears Grand, but I didn't. I do not want to cast any hate on the employees of the Sears Grand. We did specifically talk to an employee. The employee was like, yeah, maybe, but they had to check with the liquidator, you know. Fair enough, got to follow protocol, and the protocol of the liquidator basically said no, that we can't get in here. They were pretty much kicking everyone out. You can still see people leaving. Turns out that these guys closed at 2, or set to close at 2. They, I guess, are kind of open, right? Because there's still some people coming out, but they're closed to the public at this point, to where the normal public is not supposed to go in. So we're going to go ahead and do this live stream. I know this is unexpected, so it's going to take a couple minutes for people to get in here. I see Parker and Joshua, Jerry in here already. As you can see, Sears Grand is right there. I have no idea how the quality is, but you know what? We're going to walk around the plaza, take a look at all the signs, and do what we can for the outside since we can't go in. So yeah, as expected, the employees definitely knew about my videos, which is kind of no surprise when you have thousands of views on your videos. But that's what we got. So right out here, we got I-25 going that way. It's south. Got Costco and Top Golf back that way. Got Sears Grand right here. You can see the signage, big and tall, looking good. Hey, Rail RTOT. So I apologize if it's noisy, if the wind's rough. I have no idea what's going on with my mic right now. I have a different windscreen. It should, in theory, be better. Right now, it is windy, so you probably should not hear any wind, but I have no idea. We'll have to see how this goes. I lost my windscreen over the, not this weekend, the last weekend when I went to Colorado. So it could be different. I'm using different material entirely because I can't get a windscreen in Cheyenne, Wyoming. They literally don't sell them in Cheyenne, Wyoming. It seemed like the parking lot was a little bit empty, but it's still full a little bit when we got here. The parking lot's clearing out more and more as time goes on, and it seems it was because they were closing. When I went up to the door, I literally am with other people, and they were checking to see what's going on. I get up to the door, and the employee that's at the door immediately recognizes me from my videos. Practically thanks me for my videos. So huge shout out to if you're watching, you know who you are. I hear a little bit of rain, I think. The liquidator, basically their thing is to not let people in after they close, so it's too late to go in. In my current situation, if I'd known they were closing at 2, I might have been able to make it, but it would have still been a very close call. So yeah, we got I'll read the comments in a minute. I shared it to as many places as I quickly could. I threw on Instagram, threw on YouTube, and Discord. Looks like the bots already shared it out, so I don't really have to post in 50 different places. Again, I apologize for no email or anything. I had no idea that they were going to be closed by the time I got here. So, gotta do what we gotta do. So we got Sears Grand there. We're gonna go around the outside. I see someone coming out to the door. I don't know why. Like they came out and then they just stood there. I don't know. Hey, Toads. Yeah, hey, Slacking Packing. Yeah, I apologize if there is any lag or delay. I'm trying the best I can, so I can't do much else, you know? Like, I really would have liked to do a video, but you know what? The protocol calls that no one can go in after the call, so I can't hate on Sears, and I do not hate on Sears for that fact. Now, we all got to do what we got to do at the end of the day, so I'm making the best of what I can while it's, you know, still here. Quote unquote, of course, right? Because they closed already. Hey, Kai, what is that? Kai Keebler, welcome to the chat. Forgot what you're gonna say, did you? Yeah, I feel that. Sorry about that if it was my fault that made you forget. Fortunately, I do usually bring my gimbal, so I got an extra battery for my phone if my phone dies, and of course in this instance I can always jump on a stream. So I'll try to send out an email maybe later tonight, and for all you guys who are on that notification thing. So we got the garden shop area here. Look at that cool Sears Grand Autocenter sign. I didn't notice that ever before. I don't know how it's right here in front. I never noticed that. That's cool as hell. Not gonna lie, I'd love to have had that. That would have been cool to have. That's small too. Like, I already have signs bigger than that at home there. Normal street signs, so. You know, I got plenty of room to keep a hold of that for memory of this place, but I don't know who I'd ask at this point. Who knows, they may not even be willing to sell stuff at this point. I don't know. They might, I don't know how exactly they do it afterwards. I've never had that experience of understanding what they do after the closing time. I mean, I guess they'd be packing everything up for sending off to another store if there is one. Right, which there is. There's definitely still other Sears, but this was the closest full-line Sears to me. The closest one to me now is Texas, I do believe. And there's not a very high possibility of me even going to Texas right now. Well, I'm already planning to go to another state, probably either Montana or Utah, one of the two, we'll see. Got to pull it for that, by the way, over on my community post, or community tab, excuse me. You know, I'm already planning to do that. That's going to be $1,000 trip minimum, I'm betting. So, got a Sears Grand on this side. I've shown this in numerous clips for my channel. Looks like they got some tires there. Go on the outer edge of this back part. I've never gone on the back side. The Google car has, but not me. So, we'll do that this time. Got another Sears Grand sign back over here, along with the appliance factory vehicles. Super sorry that this place has to close. I've seen so many photos of this place when it was operating as a normal store. Like way back when. Like there's a few photos in the historic archives for Denver that show what it looked like on the inside when it was right around the time of opening, like a couple weeks before opening. So, and they had everything in there, from body wash to cold stuff, like everything. Double-sided. It's like one door on this side and maybe two on the other side. Definitely regret not going here a second time, like 2020 area. I haven't. It was surprisingly really close to Home Depot. Eddie is so stupid. I don't trust that stupid Bassett. Yeah, I don't blame you. And Parker says he agrees. Yep, 2 doors on the back over here. Got a black trailer there and no trailer there. I was right. So again, we got I-25 that goes north and southbound right there. Got Sears Grand on this side. Again, this is another spot where I showed the shots so many times. Like, I don't know what it is. I just like the vibe of this store. I really would have liked to experience it back in 2005, 2006 when it's still beautiful. But then again, I was a little kid back then, so I wouldn't have recognized, I wouldn't have memorized that as well. But, I still could have the experience, and it seems like it would have been a one-of-a-kind experience. So this is the pickup area. Not going to go under there because I don't want to lose the connection. Like, again, I have no idea how the internet is here. So you can see, maybe I'll go a little farther. You can see the merchandise pickup sign right there. I would say ugh. What is the, yeah, I apologize if hey Donald. I've been live for about 10 minutes now, store dude. So yeah, I kind of expected that they would close early. I know from experience at the Loveland Kmart, they closed at 4 instead of 6. These guys usually close at 6, and they closed at 2, according to their door. And I guess as far as I know, they technically were open a little longer so that way people could finish shopping, but you know, there wasn't too much left in there. I could see it from the doorway. So quick little story. We'll actually go over here for a minute. We'll get a little bit closer up so you guys can see this better. I know the quality is sometimes laggy, so hopefully the YouTube is giving me benefit of the doubt and pretty much always gives me 720, but again, I'm not familiar with this area enough to know how good or bad the internet is. So we got the Optical right there. We also got all the fixture signs right there. Now this entry they closed quite a while back. I think it's still open when I did my 2019 video, but sometime by the time they started closing, they did lock that entry up and limit you to going in on this side. Which is why if you do watch my closing early days video, you will notice that the parking lot on the left half over here was generally empty, but that half was actually pretty full. But you know what, it's fuller than the first time I came, which it happened again after seeing, you know, Kmart do kind of a similar thing. So we're going to take a look at some of the other signs in the plaza after we get done here. Can't avoid these people. They came out unexpectedly. So let's see. Yeah, there's store hours. So you can see last one day. So there's the store hours. There you go. There's a look at the doors anyway. I'm not going to go to the windows. That's still a little too creepy. If they were closed and, you know, long gone, maybe. But, you know, it's the last day. The people are still in there. I'm trying to be respectful here, so. All right, we'll go ahead and go over to that stoplight because there is, I think there is a Sears sign over there. I'm going to stop right here. I got a comparison shot like right about here, maybe. Come out a little farther. I think it's right about right here where I've taken a photo every single time I came here. Roughly right about right here. And we had to look all the way down there. Very similar to this angle. I'll read more chat here in a minute maybe when I get across the street. So interestingly enough, I do actually want to point this out. I noticed this last time too, they have the American Eagle, some of the American factory service, right? They have some of their vehicles in here. They had some carts in here too. I don't know if they already moved them to another store or whatever they were going to do with them. Okay, let me check the chat here. Hey Finn, Haymond, how are you? Watch out behind you, says Jeremy. I didn't see anything behind me. Maybe there's something I missed. We're gonna cross. So hopefully the internet doesn't bug out. It's over. This area is not super populated with homes, but it's, you know, it's a huge plaza area, so you'd think the internet would be decent most of the time, but I have no idea. Ackley's in here. How are you? Greetings from Scottsbluff in Nebraska. Welcome, welcome. I miss Willow Street Kmart. Can't believe it's been 2 weeks since it closed. Yeah, I know, the time's flying this year. Like last year when Kmart Loveland was closing, I was thinking the time was going fast to them, but now it's a year later and it's like it still feels like, maybe a month ago at most, right? Like I can't believe how fast the time is flying. The best to you from Kmart Radio. There you go. Actually live inside the Scottsbluff Kmart. Well, hey, you know what? If you're homeless, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Crackmore. Giancarlo joined late, but can you not go inside anymore? Yep, that's exactly right. So I know you sent me some photos. And It was pretty cool to see a little bit further up, even though, you know, it's closing, it's sad anyway, but it's still kind of cool to see the process overall. I know I usually only do like maybe 2 updates for a closing, right? I try to do it early days and the later days, or early days and the last day. I think I've only done early days and last days, honestly, up to this point. So yeah, there you go. That's something, I guess. Come back to the Scottsbluff Kmart. Yeah, one of these days I will have to get out to other cities, including those in Nebraska again. There's still other stuff I need to film, and just haven't gotten there yet. Loveland's first, because there's stuff going on in Loveland, but then after Loveland, we'll see where we're at. Okay, so this one doesn't have Sears signage, but it is one of the Larkridge Plaza Signs. Has the Floor & Decker signage for the Floor & Decker store that's back over that way. Building a new building right here. So I don't know. Some people, I had someone say that maybe the Sears Grand won't get replaced for a while. Maybe it will. Like, even I was kind of initially like, no, it might be there for a while. I don't think so now. I really don't. The Pier 1 Imports, which is over there, I'll zoom in on it. It's already replaced with cycle gear. Not even a year later. Well, about a year, I think, actually. And that's just since the last time I was here. Last time I was here, it's all boarded up and gone. So it you know, stuff's doing well here, so I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. Hey, Extreme Tours Pro. What is a Sears Grand? So basically, in later years, Sears Grands were basically full-line Sears, but in early years, they were a really cool store from everything I've heard and seen. They were a lot more like what Walmart is maybe 5 years ago. They had everything from cold food and all sorts of that stuff. Again, you can see the Autocenter from here. And the whole side of Sears Grand. They had everything from cold food to bath stuff and everything else. I'm going to cross since I don't want to wait another round of lights. They had everything though. I mean, even in later years, you know, with 2019, they still did have some stuff that I usually didn't see in Sears. Like, they had a huge area in the back of the store, just drenched with bikes and other kinds of elliptical gear, right? Stuff that you would run on and, you know, bike on at home, and even real bikes, right? They had tons of that. And you can see that in the video I did back then. So there is another sign over here. I think there's one more on the Highway 7 that goes to the I-25 interchange. So we'll try and take advantage of that. Oops. Can we get a selfie? Yeah, I can rotate the camera for you. What's up? I'm Optopolis, and I'm in front of Sears Grand. That'll be a funny shot to use later. I'm gonna have to use that if that turned out 720. If it turned out 360, it might not be so usable. So I'm wearing the mask because I was gonna go in. I'm just gonna keep it on because I don't have anywhere to put it right now other than pocket, and I know from experience I don't like doing that, so we're just gonna deal with it. Oh man, is that oh yeah, so there's another place over here that I actually kind of thought about filming, but is already under construction when I filmed the Sears back in 2019 for something new, so I was already too late. And that's the Toys R Us Babies R Us here in Thornton, Colorado, that is literally right next door. So there's Sears Grand over there on the left, and it's right over here. So it got replaced with Planet Fitness first, I believe. I think Planet Fitness was there first, and then in later years it did get replaced with Bassett, but it's still, well, later time, I guess, because it's still the same year. You know, that was a Babies R Us / Toys R Us. That was the full thing. You know, it's one of those places I would have liked filming, but is already being replaced. Demolished isn't the right term, renovated for this. Yeah, look at the Sears Grand from here. Not gonna lie, I want to take a photo here, except that's muddy and I don't want to put my gimbal in mud here. Let's see if, it looks like right here we kind of have a spot I can maybe set it on the grass. I'll put this down for a minute and try to take a quick photo, maybe. So So let's see if that'll fall. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. I don't want to get mud on my phone today. This is a cool photo, and I think it's worth it. So you can't see it. I got my camera above my phone. There we go. Just get a bunch of photos, as many as I can. Okay. There we go. That's a cool perspective for Sears right here. I'll zoom in on it for you guys watching the stream in case the quality's crapping out right now. So again, you can see a Sears Grand sign right there. We just had Sears up here, says Joshua Jerry. Butterboy, I feel like this store could have become a Lowe's or something. Yeah, it definitely could. I've seen Lowe's take over Super Kmart and Home Depot. Ignorant Sniper, welcome to the chat. I hate wearing a mask, soon it will be over. Yeah, I've pretty much gotten used to it. I mean, it can be a little annoying at times, but I've pretty much gotten used to it. Matthew, Retailer Exploration. What time is Sears Grand closing? So they closed at 2, roughly. Give or take an hour, within an hour of that. Where's the Planet Fitness right now? So there, the Planet Fitness is where the Toys R Us is. That was the main entry right here. If you go back in Street View, you can see this too. This was the main entry for Toys R Us, and the next door, that Bassett, that door is brand new, but it's still part of the Toys R Us. Some random shop took over a Toys R Us in my area. Interesting. Toys R Us and Babies R Us was a Circuit City. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Finn Haymans, what's up? Hey, Blake's Retail Exploration. Hey, Exploring Retails with Andrew. Apparently he got kicked out of the mall. Yeah, I've been hearing a small handful, not a lot, just a small handful of malls being rather surprisingly resistant this year. It reminds me of one of my Walmarts in Cheyenne. I'm not going to name which one, but you know what? Yeah, I'm not going to name it because this store doesn't need hate. It's an overall pretty good store, but I did have one store get resistant with me. Not my favorite instance. Only a small handful of people know about that too. You know, when I go in filming these places, I don't intend to cause any trouble. My ultimate goal is to document it for what it is and, you know, help preserve that memory. That's the goal with my channel right now, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. You know, it's good to document places open and closed, I think. New and old, doesn't matter. It all deserves documenting to some degree, in my opinion. It's very hard to do all of it, you know. I could probably spend days just doing this plaza if I were to do every single place. So, you know, it's hard for me to do everything, which is why I really do try to do what you guys absolutely want. So, you know, we gotta make the best of it, right? It's like this bank here is closed. I noticed it vacant on Google Maps, actually. So, you know, there's all sorts, even this place or Sears Grand, you know, there's going to be tons of people that have memories here. I mean, there are actually photos of the manager as well that was originally here, the store manager for Sears Grand, in the photo archive that I mentioned earlier. So we'll just take a quick peek because I want to focus on Sears in this stream. So there's the facade. I forget what bank this was. We'll just take a quick peek. Wow, looks like it could open tomorrow. I want to focus on Sears Grand for this stream, but you know what, it's right here, so might as well, right? So we've got Duluth Trading, and you can't see it. There's a Billard's place over here. Got Chili's right here. We're gonna go out to the main road because there is a Sears Grand sign right over here. So this is a massive plaza. This plaza was meant to get even bigger. Like right now, it's only about half the size it's meant to be, and it's massive as it is. But you know what? Since they're building new stuff and opening new stores here, that's a good sign for maybe something better coming for Sears Grand, you know? Granted, you know, hopefully it's a place that will keep the facade and stuff, because at the end of the day, it is a historic thing, and a lot of times it's going to be cheaper just to keep the building if it's in good shape, which this building was only built in 2005, so it's in good shape. You know, there might be some little things that need fixed up, but you know, it's not going to be anything major, I don't think, as long as it was built correctly. So this is North Washington Street, and one of the entries to the plaza, as well as Home Depot over there. As far as I know, this doesn't have a particular name. There might be. You might check Google Maps. See if there is a name for this. So we got Famous Dave's right here. This one is still open, unlike the Fort Collins one that I filmed recently. And as you can see up there on this Larkridge sign, we do got another Sears Grand sign. Costco would be cool, but they definitely are not going to do that. Unless I don't think the Sears Grand is bigger than the Costco that's already here. There's another Costco, you can't see it, behind Sears Grand, and that place is already looking pretty big. So I don't anticipate them moving, let alone opening a store in there. So yeah, there's all the places some of the places anyway in the Larkridge Plaza. There's another sign up here, maybe two more. I can't remember. One or two more signs that definitely have Sears Grand on them. So this side, unlike the other side, actually is a little bit crisper. Look at that. I actually want to, yeah, Spirit Halloween might come here. I don't know. Just across the highway almost, well, I guess a little lot farther than that. There is the North Glen one that isn't too far from here though. I'm going to take a photo of this sign. You know, I got my camera with me so I could do that. Get as many photos as I can. So fortunately I did bring backup plans, so I got one other video I can film. It's just not the last day at Sears Grand. Not even closing for that matter, it's just an abandoned place. So I really do feel bad that this place has to close. It's a big building that definitely isn't going to be extremely easy to fill. It might be easier since this, you know, again, this plaza actually does seem like it's doing pretty okay this year, but it's still going to take some time, you know. So we got more of the Larkridge Plaza over that way. A whole bunch of other smaller stores. And you can see the Home Depot from here. And over here we got another little plaza area. This one's a little bit more of a strip mallish vibe. As far as I know though, it's always been outdoor. And you can't see it too much because of the bushes here. There you go. Hey Swainsey. Let me scroll up in the chat here. I missed a bunch of chats. Want the, was it Bank of the West, was it? It might have been. Sears Essentials, that was like Sears and Kmart. Sort of, I guess. Sears Essentials was interesting. That one was more of like Kmart's converted to Sears. And I don't know how much of the Sears stuff here's a good view of the plaza. I don't know how much of the Sears stuff they had and how much of the other stuff they had. I'm not sure. Wow, already half an hour. See, like I said, this plaza is massive. Like we haven't even walked, we've only walked a half an hour and we're not even all the way around the plaza. You know, we walked around Sears one time and then we walked a little bit of one direction. It's a big plaza, man. Let's see. Maybe Sears Grand will be, Sam's Club would be interesting. Kind of ironic a little bit considering how Walmart always would put their stores right next to usually a Kmart. But, you know, that would be interesting. It'd be big enough for sure. So you got Chick-fil-A over here. Another Larkridge Plaza sign there that just has Home Depot on it and looks like a liquor store sign on it. Couldn't read it. Got T-Mobile over here. Again, more of the Larkridge area over here. See, we got the village shops. That's what they're calling this. So Sears Grand is back over that way. You can't see it. It's behind Famous Dave's. But then you got this whole outdoor plaza area. Let's go ahead and cross over here. Maybe it will become, okay, I saw that comment. Nintendo Boy 500 rewritten. I'm trying to catch up on comments. I missed a whole bunch. Whoops. I'm thinking they could become a Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot won't, unless it, well, they might. I guess they might, but I wouldn't anticipate it. They could, because it probably is at least the same size, but we'll see. Adams County, Colorado, says T1 Productions. Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. I know I was familiar with the counties down here. The main county I know of, well, maybe two. I can't think of the one, was it Larimer for Fort Collins? And I think there's Boulder County for Boulder and a few surrounding areas. All right, so we got another Sears Grand sign right here. This is another one of the Larkridge Plaza signs. I actually still have the Pier 1 Imports sign there. Didn't expect that. I'm gonna get a quick photo of this sign as well, since we're over here. So I'll put you guys down and try and angle about where Sears Grand is. I grabbed my phone case instead of my camera. I love it. So yeah, I did, I said at the start of the stream, I did talk to an employee. They actually recognized me from my videos, and they tried to ask the liquidator to see if I could get in. And unfortunately, the firm answer is no, even though we tried, right? We at least tried. At the end of the day, it's still a failure, but I can't beat myself up for it. It couldn't have been entirely expected. Okay, so this is Washington Street and Highway 7. Highway 7 ends right there. Well, Highway 7, I mean, Washington Street ends right there. Highway 7 goes east and westbound. That's east and westbound. We're gonna go west, and we'll see the other side of the Sears Grand sign and Larkridge Plaza sign here. So again, it looks like they left the Pier 1 Import sign there. And we do got the other Sears Grand sign here. I want to say there's one more. We'll see. We'll see what we can see from I-25. So yeah, I told this to someone else too that commented on one of my videos. When I was growing up, we would always go down I-25 when we were going down to Denver. So every time we'd pass by, I'd see it and be like, man, that would be cool to see. It just, for some reason, it just never got around to happening. That's long before I started up my retail channel. And of course, I've said that I was pretty young back then. I was what, maybe, I don't know off the top of my head because I can't count very good. But around 5-ish, right? So you wouldn't have remembered too much back then. All right, we got diner right there. You can see one of the Sears Grand signs from here, actually. It's way out there that we looked at earlier, right behind Famous Dave's. And you can see a Top Golf place out there too. Okay, so maybe Runnings Farm Supply will go to the Sears Grand. Larkridge Shopping Center, yep. I was referring to the Village area, I think. The Villages area. It has a little more particular name. So there is this alternate entry that if you go straight down this road, you'll find the Sears Grand. It's just off of Highway. I think I and everyone else would appreciate it if you could tell us for certainty what time. But we got a rough time, right? We got close of when it closed. So at least the history is there, right? Right now, and for me, it's 4:11 Mountain Daylight Time. And we started about a half hour ago, so I was just a little bit too late. See, like I said earlier too, I wouldn't have been surprised if they moved it back to 4. So I was hoping for the best. I was prioritizing just going in, getting the video, because even if it rains, I'd rather have to, maybe come back in a half an hour after it quits raining than not have the video of the inside. Because if I have the video outside, that's not going to be as good, right? Obviously, I'm doing that for the stream, but this is not the same. This is live stream, so everything's raw and real. It's got Starbucks and Verizon here. I got Village Inn right there. Speaking of which, I kind of wanted to take a photo of that because there's another Village Inn I would like to film sometime. Somewhat nearby. And I think it does relate somehow. I'll have to do more research. Yeah. And no, that's not the video I'm doing today because it's a little bit farther than I want to go. So Winsy says, I'm so sad. Yeah, well, not quite. There's still the Sears Grand in Rancho, Cucamonga, California. And that Sears Grand is still open for roughly a couple or 3 weeks, I want to say. They've been doing a pretty good job of putting photos on Facebook, so at least there's some documentation. I know we don't have a lot of retail enthusiasts out there, so there's at least something, right? And then, of course, there is a tour of it from a few years ago, so that still exists. So I got City of Thornton with Larkridge on this sign. I think if we go up to I-25, we might be able to see a little bit more. I don't think I can go up all the way on the bridge, but we'll get as close as we can so that maybe you can see the Sears from here. I need to become a hitchhiker, then I can go down I-25, right? We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do to get an angle from here. And hopefully the quality doesn't crap out. Yep, I basically did miss it. I made it, but I didn't, as the title says. By the way, did I say hey, ignorance diaper? I can't remember. Nintendo Boy 500, rewritten. Sears Essentials closed all in 2011. Yeah, there you go. Hell, if there's someone that's gonna know all this stuff better than I, it's gonna be Dalmatian, probably. Granted, she doesn't do tours and abandoned exploration, really. She does kind of keep track of all the history of some of these places. So I gotta give her credit. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, the Costco over here is massive. You can't miss it. Yeah, I had a whole video planned out that, you know, sometimes it happens that way. I pretty much always plan out my videos anymore. What you see on the inside or walking around a building, that is almost always completely raw. But the intro is very much planned out because I like telling the story in the best way possible. So, we'll see how far we can go. I can't see a Sears Grand from here, unfortunately. So, I kind of got two options. I tried just going down this way, where technically pedestrians aren't meant to be, but there's no sign saying no. Or do I go this way, where it clearly has the signs posted that pedestrians aren't meant to be on the bridge, where it's dangerous anyway? Maybe run across it, I don't know. This bridge is worse than College Drive. I've done College Drive before. There's still parking lanes on both sides. This bridge doesn't even have that. So it's not very safe. I see why it's posted no pedestrians. Maybe we can try and get an angle over here. I don't know how to do this because there's no sidewalk anywhere to get across. Like, I can't cross the street over there and get across. There's no sidewalk there either. Like, they made this more than a pain in the butt to get to if you're a pedestrian. I don't know. We'll just walk down this way. I don't feel like fighting the bridge. It looks too unsafe. It looks much more unsafe than walking towards traffic going about 80 miles per hour. That's stupid. We'll go down this way a little bit and try and get at least an angle of the sign, I guess. I think there is a spot in the fencing I can slip in if I need to. So I slipped through that last time for a shot real quick. Because it's like, well, you know what? It's wide open. No sign saying I can't. And I said screw and grabbed a photo of the Sears Grand sign. I think the main idea, well, I guess there is a little bit for the pedestrians, but I think it's mainly just to discourage people from going off road. I mean, it's everywhere, right? It's not just the plaza, so. We'll go down here where maybe it's a touch safer. I don't know if it's a little bit dangerous actually because the drivers can't even see you. I don't know where to walk. Sorry, I'm not reading chat. I don't want to get hit. We'll try to stay where the traffic can somewhat see me. How about that? So right now you guys are about level with my mouth. And so I just see a little bit more than you can, just a tiny bit. A little bit dangerous, but it still has to be safer than going on that bridge where there's nowhere to walk. Like here you got tons of feet to walk on, so we'll do this. Okay, I need to try and catch up on chat here, but I need to get to a flatter surface where I'm not falling over my feet. Yeah, they didn't want you walking here either, I can tell you that. Otherwise I would have made this flatter. It's like I don't got anywhere else to go. There's no bridge. I gotta go a long way, man. So stupid. I'm stupid. Not really. Just having a moment. All right, now we can read the chat maybe. I'm a hitchhiker. I claim the highway. I need to, let's see. All right, we're to a flatter spot now. And see, there's ways I could slip back in. They got a hole right here where probably someone hit it. And there's a hole down there by Sears Grand. I'm sorry, I can't see a Sears Grand from here, and I didn't know that till now, so. Trying to make the best of it for you guys. I'll do it for this stream. Let's get over here on the left side of this little dip here. All right. Need to go back to Long Mall. Yeah, Long Mall will be one I eventually return to here. Most of the places are gone right now. I don't think they're going to be replaced tomorrow. Might be by the end of the year, so it would be wise to go there for sure. Maybe this summer. Maybe sooner. We'll see. It depends on how things go with all my planning. Sorry about that, Dalmatian. I'm trying to catch up on the chats, and I also was walking on a steep surface where it's hard to walk. And you guys are probably confused because I'm way far back in the chat. Me too, Swainsey. I feel bad for everyone losing their job here. So there's the Pier 1 imports for a reference where we are. Got Duluth Trading there. And the former Pier 1 right there that's becoming Cycle Gear. Whoops. You can see the sign now. Yeah, it's all right. I don't blame you, Dalmatian. If you're salty about the closure, so am I guess. Maybe it'll become a Whole Foods. Whole Foods would be interesting. They might only take a portion of this store, though. I don't think they'll do the whole store. Okay, we're getting to a sketchy spot in this hill, so I don't know where to go. I gotta get across now because it's wet there. I don't need my feet soaked today. Maybe become a Bass Pro Shops or Cabela's. Yeah, both of those are big stores. Those might come in. Those would be good tenants for this. Sorry guys, I'm watching the traffic here and my feet because I don't want to soak my feet. I don't want to fall down. And I don't want to get hit. So I need to be able to dodge if I need to. There's nowhere else to walk in. I'm trying to stay far away from the highway. If I'd known that you can see Sears Grand from the bridge, well, sort of the bridge, I would have gone a different way. But that's all right. We're here and there's a way of getting through, so we'll be good shape. Bad spot right here. I gotta be careful. Yeah. I apologize if the traffic is particularly noisy. Can't do much about that. All right, here we go. We can start seeing Sears Grand from here. Again, you got another Home Depot sign there on that Larkridge sign. "46 minutes. We've been live now. So that's a pretty dang big plaza. So we walked around Sears once, and we've walked around two and part of another side of the outer edge of the plaza. Well, not even the whole plaza, because there's still Home Depot that we didn't walk around. So yeah, this is a big plaza. You know, general plaza, you might only take a half an hour to get through it. Maybe even less than that. So this is a big plaza. I'll turn the camera for you guys. So this is a unique perspective of Sears Grand from here. That you can only get on the highway, even though I'm probably in a gray area of whether this is legal or not. I don't know the laws down here well enough, so. But I'm doing it for you guys, hell with it. This is the best I can do when I didn't know that. No, you could see Sears Grand very well from behind all those buildings. I wasn't sure how the angling was. Here you go. This is it. See, there's a spot there I could jump over, and there's a spot down here where the wire's completely ripped out. So, yeah, I think it's mainly just kind of discourage people from cutting through, you know, which is probably good. You don't want to be crossing the interstate, especially on foot. Alright, we'll stop right. Hold on, let's let me get past this tree. I'll stop right about here and catch up on chat. Maybe. I don't want to stand on the hill. That's steep. Whoa. Steep and dangerous. There we go. Alright. So what happened, Pier 1? It closed with the bankruptcy last year. They need to take out the Pier 1 sign. Yeah, they did on one of the signs as we saw earlier, just not all of them yet. Maybe they're not even going to use it for that tenant anymore, right? Maybe they're using different signs now. It would not be an ideal building for an IKEA at all. IKEA might be able to make some of it. It's definitely big enough they could add a floor and make into the 2-level. They just wouldn't have the underground parking garage that, at least the one out in, what is it, kind of near Lone Tree, like that one has, right? The auto shop could be the boat shop at Bass Pro. Yeah, there you go. It froze only for one person, so I think we're still good. Welcome back, Extreme. Catching up all on the chat. So there's no more Sears Grand. So Wyoming never had any Sears Grand. There is only one Sears Grand in Colorado. This was the 7th store that was a Grand and the 1,000-something or other store of Sears in general in existence. You'll have to look at the Sears latest list to know exactly what number. I don't remember off the top of my head. Make a stream on May 14th. Well, we'll try to do a stream soon. We will be streaming later this week for sure. Don't you gotta walk back to your car now? Well, I got someone that can always pick me up, and like I said earlier, I was with other people, so yeah. See, there's a spot right there. Even though it's so chopped up, like I don't think they're trying to stop people. I think it's just to try and discourage you from crossing the highway. So I can always get back through here. It's not that bad, and I've walked farther anyway. I mean, hell, in Cheyenne, I've walked up to 10 miles easy. Go to the cycle gear. That's not safe. Yeah, it's not the safest thing. Bridge is way too safe, Swansea says. Jesus Christ, I'm catching up on all the chat. It might become a Target store. Yeah, that would be interesting. This Sears Grand, yeah, this Sears Grand sold food and bathroom products and all sorts of good stuff. Everything that you might find in a Super Kmart or Super Walmart, you probably would find that here. They even did have bedding back in the day, like they do. Well, did now. Hey, Dustin. So this is going to be a Burlington. Burlington would be interesting. This is another thing I said to someone else that commented on one of the videos. Sears Grand in Utah. One of these Sears Grands in Utah, specifically the first one. That one got replaced with a Burlington and like 2 other stores. I forget what the other 2 were. Yeah, see, I was able to slip right through. Like, there's so many holes in that fence. Like, if they really didn't want me going on the along the edge of the interstate like that, would they? I think they would have blocked it by now. And they didn't have signs up, so It's a gray area. Not the safest thing, but again, I'm doing it for the stream. Hell with it, because again, I didn't know how the plaza was set up before. Will the Autocenter still be open? I don't know. It was open during the closing sale, but I have no idea. I have no idea. So I'm gonna put the gimbal down for just a minute. I'm gonna put it down in a couple spots and at least get some photos of this place since I'm here. Now that people are kind of cleared out, I probably can do it without having to worry about other people so much. I mean, you guys saw it for yourselves, right? At the start of the stream, we had someone pop into the frame that was totally unexpected, man. Totally unexpected. Okay. There we go. You know, actually two people, they came out with carts. Like, I couldn't expect that and point my camera away. So, you know, I try to do the best I can, but can't always do it for everyone, you know? It's hard to do it for everyone. So yeah, these guys have been really cool though, with people going in and taking photos and stuff though throughout the time being open and time closing. So I do gotta give these guys lots of credit for that. I appreciate stores that are that way. At the end of the day, most of the people, including myself, that take photos aren't looking to hurt the stores at all. It's very rare when I see people taking photos because they want to try and hurt a store. And I think that's kind of the perspective that some stores, not all stores, some stores get. And that can be a reason why they won't want you to, you know, take photos of them. At least based on what I've seen so far, but you know, it's still a new area. Like this whole retail niche is still pretty new to YouTube. So, you know, it's slowly becoming more popular and stuff like that, and that will help a little bit, I think, too. So yeah, I'll have to come back here for at least an abandoned video. Yeah, and I apologize, guys. I try to get here. That doesn't. I'm not just saying that I'm trying because I want to say that. I'm not trying to say that I'm. What do I want to say here? I'm not making myself more comfortable because I tried and failed, right? At the end of the day, it's still a failure, but we at least did what we could. I want a picture of that last one day sign, if I don't get anything else before I leave here. I want a photo of that, and then I think I might see about calling it here shortly. So yeah, I really wanted to do this video. Like, I had a whole plan out, man. Like, I was hyped for this overall. Like, hyped, sad, but hyped in a way, because, you know, just to be able to do it, because I don't think anyone else did. I don't think anyone else did. Maybe an employee might have, but, you know, that's about the most that might have happened. I don't think anyone else did. In my area, there's just no one else that does retail, and maybe it's partly because we're kind of in a retail desert. Denver, I don't really consider Denver a retail desert. There's stuff everywhere to where I could be busy for days on end. Literally days on end. And, you know, but then after that, there's not much else, so. And I need one more thing, and that's a comparison shot for that perspective that I mentioned at the start of the stream. There's one more that I definitely need to get. And what I did now, walking around like this and getting photos of everything on the exterior of the plaza, is something I should have done a long time ago. I regret not doing it sooner, but maybe the signage will still be there so I can do it and get a few more extra photos sometime, but I at least got something to document it, right? So yeah, I think for you guys, it's right about right here where I got to stand to get it into the frame because of how narrow my camera is, my camera lens. But for me, I can probably get about here on my main camera, and I'll be able to get a good photo from here, at least. See, this is definitely a beautiful store. It's one of my favorites overall. And I definitely am going to miss this place. I'm sure the Thornton residents are going to miss it more than me, but I'm still going to miss it too. We'll do one more right here, and one more of the entry, because why not? Come on, camera, focus for me. There we go. All right, we at least got photos there. Maybe I'll do one more where it's really wide. I did that last time, but there are lots of cars here. Let's do it this time without cars. Do a live stream along my, yeah, eventually I do want to do more live streams out of town like this, but this one obviously was not planned. I haven't planned to do any live streams out of town just because I'm always getting other videos usually. There's not much left in Cheyenne. Like, there is still some stuff in Cheyenne I could film, and technically plenty, but a lot of it that's there is just stuff that it's going to be very complicated to get a video that's not going to get a lot of attention. That's just all there is to it, because I'm a 1,000 subs YouTuber. I'm not a million subber. I can't put up any video and expect millions of views. It's not good for a YouTube algorithm to do that. I've shared photos of the Bassett and Planet Fitness, by the way, before, I think, on social. I think I have. At least on my story, if I have. I think I put on Instagram, like, photos, too. I can't remember. I'll have to check. Something to check a little bit later on. So I want one more really wide shot from over here. I did that, like I said, I did this last time, too, but last time there were cars there, so this is a little bit of a different perspective. It's like I almost would do my abandoned video today, but the employees are still there, everything's still there, so I don't want to do that. I would consider that very disrespectful to do that. So let's cross there. This person's waiting. I was gonna go behind them, but they're waiting, so shout out to them if for some reason they discover my channel. It'd be funny if I got a comment, "Oh yeah, I waited for you at the stop sign." Oh golly, I'm having too much fun, aren't I? Ugh. There we go. Let me grab a photo from here. Might need to move over a little bit, but we'll see. That's kind of cool, actually. That looks cool as hell. Okay, we'll move over a little bit and get a little bit wider. How the heck did I do this? I did this from like up here too. Because I know I was in front, I took a couple photos of Fitness and then I moved over here. How did I do that? I think I had it just positioned just right. Yeah, because you can see the Sears Grand sign right between the trees there. So I'm going to put you guys right here for a minute. We'll go a little bit of a wide one, because why not? We'll do over here a little bit as well. Had no idea there was someone in the car. Oh well. Let's see, maybe right here I can kind of do something. Let's see if we can go a little farther. It's hard to get this store into the frame, man. Like, if you don't have a wide lens, it's very hard. You have trees to worry about, and cars, and parking lot, and it's nice to see all that stuff. It just makes it a pain to take photos like this. Okay, here you go. This is probably about the best we're gonna get, is right about right here. There we go. That looks cool as hell. I'll see about posting maybe tomorrow or something on my social media, so at least you guys can see this. Again, shout out to the employees here. Overall, the employees here seem to be really cool. I gotta give them lots of credit. It's too bad things couldn't have worked out, so that way I could have done the last day. But I'll try playing an abandoned video and at least do that. We'll see what's left maybe in a few weeks. I'm glad I could at least try to make it here and do this stream, so that way you guys could see a little bit of it. I'm sorry I couldn't do the last day. Would have been cool too, but things just weren't meant to be this time. Just the way it is. Beautiful Sears. I'm gonna miss this place. I'm not gonna lie, planning out this video, I was having goosebumps and everything else kicking in as I was trying to plan it out, like choose the songs and all that stuff. Like it was getting my mojo going, you know. The closing videos to tend to, but this one just really kind of was I was feeling the vibe, man. And I guess they'll end off right here with this Sears Autocenter van. It's a standard oil change special. That's 1999, but it's been chipped off. I love that. Such a beautiful store. Hopefully everyone who did work here can get a better job, right? Or at least one that's good, right? Based on everything I've heard, like one of my buddies, GRM, he worked at Sears. I kind of got a little bit of the vibe of it because we became pretty good friends before it closed. So I kind of got to experience a tiny bit of it. It seems like a cool feeling to have that kind of family, where it's more than just a store. It's everything else too. I appreciate everyone stopping by for this live stream. We'll be going live again later this week. I'm going to try and film one video before the end of the day at least, so I at least got something for next weekend. And we'll go from there. This is where we're at. I'm kind of vibing out a little bit, just vibing, because I don't know how else to be. Oh well, can't get them all, I guess, right? As they say. See you guys soon. Peace out.